Hi, I'm Jessie. This is the Salida High School drama team. And we just want to say thank you so much to Salida Soup. We've presented and won a couple of times, and the money has been super beneficial for us. We got to, 4 years ago, we got to put on a musical, Little Shop of Horrors, because of Salida Soup, and we've been to ThesCon a couple times on your dime. So we just wanted to say thank you so much. Thank you.
Many of you have noticed the PFCA has been going through changes over the last couple of years. This last year, we honed our focus on our LGBTQ plus communities. You might even say that we came out. Why? Well, let the PFCA team explain.
Recent Movement Advancement Project's report, Where We Call Home LGBT People in Rural America, we see data that supports that LGBT people are part of the fabric of rural and urban communities alike, working as teachers, ministers, small business owners, community organizers, farmers, and construction workers. LGBTQ plus people choose to live in rural Colorado for many of the same reasons that other people do. They value the same wonderful aspects of rural life as other people. They're born here, or they move here with their parents and or family. It is also important to lift up that being LGBTQ plus isn't synonymous with being white, cisgender, or male. LGBTQ plus is often represented by a rainbow because of all the intersections of color, culture, disability, ability, age, and gender.
The challenges of rural life often lead to different consequences for LGBT people and can amplify their experiences of both acceptance and rejection. Why is this the case? While the same challenges and experiences are common among rural Coloradans, their LGBT counterparts can live an amplified experience of both acceptance and rejection. Because of increased visibility, the ripple effects that can impact all of our lives are much more focused in rural communities with fewer alternatives and support to face discrimination. While there is little evidence, LGBT youth experience more family rejection or other difficulties compared to LGBT youth in other places. Through our county's own data, we see that the LGB students are sometimes identifying challenges such as food insecurities, lack of trusted or affirming adults, and fearing for their safety at 3 times their straight identifying peers. Our county schools don't ask any transgender specific demographic information. Don't get me started on the challenges our aging populations are facing.
And as we all know, all this has been amplified by COVID and the inequities that the pandemic has, in many cases, made allowances for. The unique challenges of rural life impact the experiences of LGBT people as they build families and community and access education, employment, housing, public services, accommodations, healthcare, the legal system, and even social assistance services in times of crisis.
Hi, my name's Shelley, and I'm coming to you from my office inside the Alliance. At the Alliance, we empower individuals beyond domestic and sexual violence through direct services, education, and social change. I've participated in Salida Soup a number of times, and I've always been so appreciative of everything that PFCA does for the community. At the Alliance, we've collaborated with them on the Pride Festival. We're working with them on the GSAs that they're setting up in the schools, and we were very privileged to participate in the LGBTQ plus health fairs that they had in December. This January at Feed the Future Salida Soup, I hope that you will do your best to support the great work that Mark and Jimmy are doing. We love them, we appreciate them, and we couldn't do it without them. Thanks so much.
So what are we working on here at the PFCA? The PFCA is lifting the voice of Colorado's rural, queer and gender expansive communities through our work alongside county, regional, and statewide agencies, LGBTQ plus centered organizations, and key ally groups to monitor and support statewide initiatives on protections for all queer and gender expansive people, no matter their culture, color, or ability. We sit on many local, county, and state boards where we monitor policy, hate-related violence and harassment, and both hold space and share LGBTQ plus stories and perspectives to multiple organizations and elected leaders. We coordinate Arc Valley Pride and the Arc Valley Pride Awards, where we celebrate our common accomplishments. We come together to set goals, and we come together to show our strength as a community.
We are working to build a local resource guide which will educate and certify retail businesses and healthcare providers on queer and gender-affirming services.
And we are preparing to launch our new Safe Spot program to take our previous Safe Space program to the next level by establishing training and resources for businesses as well as giving them space to participate in advocacy work to support the community.
We've also dedicated significant resources to provide support to youth and coordinators of GSA clubs in our schools in order to reduce suicide rates in our county. GSA stands for Gender and Sexuality Alliance, or sometimes known as a Gay Straight Alliance, Rainbow Club, Prism Club, etc. GSAs have been shown to significantly reduce suicide rates in schools that have them. Our rural GSA network is growing, and to date, all schools in Salida have access to a GSA.
Hi, my name is Cassie Stouch. I first started working with the PFCA when I was working for the Family and Youth Initiatives. They were an amazing partner in team nights, safe space trainings for our office, and an overall resource for any needs or questions we had. And now, in my new position as a Sol Vista school-based clinician, I lean on PFCA more than ever. They have always answered the phone or emails with any questions or needs. They are huge supporters of our Gender Sexuality Alliance in the schools. They have opened their office to a safe space for youth to have food, games, and unconditional acceptance every Friday. They have support groups for families and offer ongoing education for anyone who's interested. I have learned so much and hope to continue to learn from the PFCA. They are amazing advocates, leaders, supporters, and friends. We are so lucky to have them in our community.
Remember Bookmarks for Burritos? Well, it's called the Bookmarks Project now, and we just concluded our first year. What a success! The project hopes to inspire curious young people to broaden their awareness of sometimes difficult or far-reaching topics, perhaps helping them to see the world around them in a new way. The program is in all our local and school libraries in Salida, Buena Vista, even Leadville. Here's how it works. School-age kids read a book from their favorite library's Bookmarks Project display. Now, the topics change each month and have ranged from Black History Month to autism awareness to spiritual literacy. When they return the book, they'll answer a couple of questions about what they just read, then boom, they get a gift card to a favorite local shop or restaurant instantly. But the really cool part, everyone who participates has their name entered into a drawing for 3 free books, done at the end of each semester. So congratulations to our 5 recent winners drawn in December. We encourage kids to check in each month to peruse the fresh batch of books. And parents, you're encouraged to get involved with your child as they read too. You know, time spent reading with your child can lead to all sorts of amazing things. The PFCA would like to give a huge thank you to all the participating libraries and their librarians. We couldn't do it without you. Thank you for building great relationships with your kids around the program. You're all amazing. And more thanks to Susan at the Salida Regional Library for your assistance with prizes this year. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
To build community, we've been holding monthly potlucks, game nights, and support groups. We even held the first ever Itty Bitty LGBTQ+ health fair in Chaffee County with local providers from First Street Family Health, Chaffee County Health Department, the Colorado Department of Health, Out Boulder, Planned Parenthood, the Alliance, Snow Leopard Consulting, Age Strong Chaffee, and the Allergy and Respiratory Department at the Heart of the Rockies Regional Medical Center.
This last year, we also kicked off GSA Fridays at the PFCA to host additional space for LGBTQ youth and their allies. We've partnered with Chaffee County's Family and Youth Initiatives, Sol Vista Health, and Full Circle Restorative Justice to provide weekly resources and a space for youth to go and be themselves.
And last but not least,
Salida Soup!
this legacy program, our first, has been running monthly for nearly 7 years. We've collectively hosted over 200 organizations and projects in Chaffee County, and we have continued through the pandemic to offer direct action grants, mutual aid, and host online soup gatherings.
And every year we set aside the month of January for the Soup for the Soup, an event that we call Feed the Future. At this soup, we present our accomplishments over the past year and talk about our hopes and goals for the coming year. As you just heard from our amazing team, it's been a difficult and challenging year for the PFCA, and the Soup, no thanks to the COVID roller coaster, is no exception.
But nearly month after month, we've been honored to share such amazing community programs and efforts. And it's always fun to know that these big projects started at the Soup.
Like the skate park,
The Mindfulness in the Jail program.
the Menorah and Riverside Park.
Oh my goodness, my favorite, Volcano. That's a part of Salida history.
Absolutely. And not to mention the countless concerts and plays and so many other youth-driven projects.
It isn't just a myth.
Magic really does happen at the Soup.
Hi, I'm Melinda Roberts. I'm the pastor at Salida UMC.
And I'm Alicia Iverson. I'm the office administrator here at the church. We want to say thank you to Mark and Jimmy for the financial support that Salida Soup has provided us for the Rap Guy dinners and the Samaritan Fund.
Even through a pandemic, Salida Soup continues to inform us about good things that are still happening in our community.
Thank you, Mark and Jimmy, for keeping Salida Soup alive on this virtual platform.
Please join us in supporting this amazing organization. Donate now to feed the future.